Welcome to Temple Builders Carpentry. Temple Builders, we problem solvers. Temple Builders, safety first. Okay, Temple Builders, today we talking about installing drywall, okay? Now, before we talk about installing this drywall, let's talk about the edge, okay? The edge of my drywall. Now, drywall is created with this different type of edge for different applications, okay? Let's look over here. Now, when you put two pieces of drywall together along the length of that drywall, okay, it can have this rounded edge. Okay, I hope y'all can see this in this drawing, okay? You have this rounded edge, or you see down here, right here, this third one is a beveled edge. So a rounded edge or a beveled edge is for pre-decorated drywall, okay? Now this is one that we normally see in our home improvement centers right here. This is a tapered edge. You see how it comes wide right here and it gets smaller right here? This is when you putting the two pieces of drywall together, okay, at the tapered edge or at the seam, okay? This is just general purpose right here, the tapered edge. Come down here to the square edge. We got a square edge right here, and we got a tongue and groove edge, okay? Now, that'll probably be used for something like a wood paneling when you want to hang wood paneling, or plastic or laminate. Okay, now let's talk about this drawing right here, okay? Now, we got our framing, we got our studs, okay? We got a door opening right here with a full header, okay? We ain't got no cripples in this header, okay? This is our double top plate. You see our little fluff of insulation, okay? We got insulation in our walls. And now you have to make a decision whether or not you're gonna hang your drywall vertically or horizontally, okay? It's pros and cons to both of these applications, okay? But we're only gonna talk about a few of them. Now, one of them that I've heard is if you hang it one particular way, you can save money, okay? Now, me personally, when I've had to hang drywall, okay, a lot of times, I've said before, I work in these older homes around my community. I've had to take down the plaster and take down the lath board, okay, and then hang drywall, okay? I like to hang it vertically, okay? Now, the disadvantage of hanging it vertically, especially in these older homes, more than likely your wall is gonna be out of square, okay? So it's gonna be impossible to get the edges to line perfectly on your 2x4s, right? So you're gonna have to put some more backing in there. But however, I'm willing to take, I'm willing to go that direction though, okay? So for me, hanging it vertically is more beneficial because when you hang it vertically, okay, this is your tapered edge. Remember my tapered edge right here? When you hang it vertically, you can better cover up your seams or your wall, to me, because I'm not the best mudder, you know what I'm saying, or a taper, okay? So I like to hang vertically so I can get the best results. Because when you hang it like this horizontally, okay, and let's put another piece right here, hang it horizontally, that's gonna create your tapered edge. That's fine, okay? That's gonna be easy to conceal. However, let's say if we had to run another piece next to this horizontal piece and you have a butt edge. This is your butt edge right here. The 4-foot edge right here is called your butt edge. The 8-foot long edge is called your tapered edge. Now, if you put another piece right here and connect it to your butt edge, now what's happening is, because there's not no depression, there's not a depression right here at this seam right here as it is with this right here. This is your tapered edge. See, there's a depression in there where you can pre-fill it and put your tape, okay? And it can easily be leveled or plumbed with your surface, okay? In the same plane, all right? However, with this butt edge, when you put another piece of drywall next to it, it's already flat. It should be flat where it's supposed to be. But guess what? You gotta cover your seam up. So you gotta put tape there, you gotta put mud there. That's gonna make it bulge out. So what you're gonna do is you gotta use more mud, okay, to spread out away from your seam to cover up that imperfection, okay? I'm gonna do this physically by hand in another video, but this is in theory right here. Now let's keep on going. So for me, I like to hang it vertically because it's easier to cover up the seams, all right? Now let's keep on going. Let's talk about our nailing schedule, okay? Look right here. I got 16 inches, right? Or 12 inches to 16 inches in the field. The field is in the middle of your drywall, okay? You can have these spread from 12 inches to 16 inches. It's screwing or nailing your drywall. You look right here, I got 8 inches on the edge. So you want them closer, you want it closer on the edge when you're nailing into your studs. You don't want it, the max is 8 inches, okay? And this for, you want to make sure that your edges are secure, because that's where your seam at. That's where you're going to be taping and mudding at. All right. Now, what else we need to talk about? In most residential construction, the rough ceiling height is usually 8 foot 1 inch. So it's basically saying from my subfloor up to the top of my double top plate, okay, is usually 8 foot 1 inch, right? So what is that saying? What that's saying is, once we put, let's say, a 1/2 inch of drywall on the ceiling, okay, now we at 8 foot and a 1/2 inch. Okay, now we got this, let's say I'm gonna run it vertically, run my drywall vertically. This right here is a standard 4 foot, 8 foot sheet. So once I put this up here, I got my ceiling drywall up at a 1/2 inch. Then I put my 8 foot piece up here on the wall. So all I got is a 1/2 inch left. It should be a 1/2 inch down there at the bottom, at your bottom plate. That's why you'll use a tool like this. You get up under there, especially if you're working by yourself. This right here is a pocket kicker. Okay, you get up under there and hold it. Put it up under your drywall right here, and then put your foot on it and mash it. Okay, and it's gonna raise your drywall up to the ceiling. Okay, one man can do it. It makes your job easier. Okay, now that's what's gonna give you you got 1/2 inch at the bottom. Okay, now let's keep on going. Okay, now what you want to do preferably is you want to start nailing in the center and then working your way outward. Okay, now sometimes when you're nailing by yourself, you can nail drywall or you can screw drywall. I usually screw drywall. Okay, well, but whether you're nailing or screwing, you want to work from your center outward. And sometimes it may be a little difficult to start from in the center, and you might have to start right here on the edge right here, because if you're working by yourself, depending on how you're holding it. Okay, but start in your center. Now, what you want to do is you want your screws or your nails, right, to be from the edge of your drywall, okay, no less than 3/8 of an inch and no more than a 1/2 inch, okay, away from the edge of your drywall. Okay, because if it's not far enough away from your edge, it's going to crack your drywall. Okay, so no less than 3/8 and no more than a 1/2 inch. Now, also with this drywall, now you got single ply and you got a double ply system. Single ply is adequate for fire resistance and sound control. This is what you see right here is a single ply. You just putting, one sheet of drywall, along your stud wall. Now, what you can do is, once you put a single ply on here, if you want to, let's say if you wanted to make a music room, a music studio, so you wanted to increase the sound quality, you make it a double ply. I put my sheetrock up here, the first row, and you come back with your second row of drywall. Let's say if you did it horizontal. If you covered your whole room going horizontal with drywall, then you're going to come back with your second ply going to be perpendicular to the horizontal pattern. You're going to go vertical with it, okay? And that's going to give you more fire resistance and also better sound control or sound quality. Now, also, I want to talk about when you're picking your nail or screw, you want to make sure you get a screw that's going to be long enough, okay? Now, if I got a 1/2 inch drywall, I want at least 3/4 of an inch to go into my studs, okay? So if I got a 1/2 inch of drywall, I want 3/4 to go in my studs. So that's 3/4, another quarter be an inch, another quarter, okay, is 1.25 inches. Okay, so I'm thinking I need at least 1.25 inch screws. That's what I was getting, 1.25 inch screws to go in this drywall. All right. And let me see here. Also, yeah, I want to talk about this little serrated tool too. When you're cutting drywall, you can use this little serrated tool, something like a rasp. You know, sometimes you might cut it might be a little off. You use this, shave it down. I'm gonna show it in a video, okay? So I hope this helped y'all out. This is talking about drywall in theory, okay? This is what you should do, okay? Now, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, become my apprentice. Temple Builders.